Hey guys, we are back in the kitchen once again. Welcome back to Going Down with the Browns. We had a bit of a layoff, but hey, we're back. We're keeping at it. Today, I wanted to bring something. It's holiday season. Well, winding down at the end of the part of the holiday season. You know, a few days after Christmas. However, we all, or most of us, I think, would usually have a ham for Christmas. All right, so we got the ham left over. And I was just thinking of something that would be great to do with that leftover ham. You know, so why not one of the recipes that I grew up on, my mom's large lima beans. I like to call them butter beans. They're large lima beans on the package. So, I don't know. Here's my thing. I never liked the green lima beans when I was a kid. However, the large white ones, when they're this color and look like that, I'll take them. They're delicious. All right, so we're doing butter beans, as I'm calling it. All right, and we're gonna do some ham in there. First thing I did was get my my ham stock going. Now I cut all the meat off of that bone. I was left with a ham bone. So what I did was I put it in a big pot of water, and I'm gonna boil it down. I want to get that flavor into the water because this water is what we're going to actually cook the beans in. All right, so let me show you what I did with that. All right, guys, so here's my pot. Here's my pot. Down in there is a ham bone. It's still got a little bit of meat. I cut out as much meat as I can off of it. So there's my ham bone. You see it?
Wow.
We're just going to cook that. We're going to reduce that at least by a fourth. You know, it's a pretty big size pot. And I'm going to reduce that by a fourth to ensure we get that good flavor out of that bone. And next step we're going to do is to we're going to soak these beans. We have dry beans for this recipe. So we're going to soak those to reduce the cooking time. All right. All right, guys. So we had 3 1-pound bags of large lima beans. So I put them in a bowl of water. I made sure to have at least an inch of water over the top of the beans, because as these beans soak, they're going to absorb a lot of that water, and you're going to see that moisture reduce inside the bowl. So we're going to let those things ride out. This bone is going to cook in the pot. We're going to make that great stock, and then we're going to come back. We're going to dice up that ham. We're going to dice onions and garlic, and we're going to put this whole thing together. All right, guys, we are back. Now, one thing I did do once I noticed the size of the amount of beans that I had, they really weren't going to require a lot of liquid. I soaked them for about at least 2 hours, you know. So that pot that I was cooking the ham bone down in, I let that reduce by half, you know, and that is what we got right now. You know, we got good flavor in there right now. I'm gonna show you that bone. A lot of that good flavor has been cooked out of it. So, you see it's falling off, you know. The meat is falling off in there, you know. So that's what we got. I'm about to cut it off right there. I got my beans, I got my onions, garlic, and I'm about to show you the onions and garlic. I got that all chopped up. I got my beans, I've been soaking those. I'm about to drain them. I'll show you that. And then I'll cut that ham up, and then we're about to get everything going right here. We're in close to the final stages. All right, guys, so you see I got my onions and my garlic right there. I did the knife work and got it out the way. You guys seen me cook. If you've been following our videos, you know how I like to dice my onions. So you just refer back to one of our earlier videos. You can see that. The garlic, I bought fresh garlic, and I just separated each clove from the bulb of garlic and smacked it flat blade downside with a knife, and it'll make that shell come off of that garlic. And I just sliced it. All I did was just slice it from end to end, and that's what we got right here. You see the beans. You see the beans right there. I'm getting ready to drain those. The ham over there, I'm going to dice that up and make it a real comfortable bite size and everything. That's what we like. All right, and we'll be back. All right, so we got the beans. I've drained them and I've rinsed them an extra time, and now we're going to use, because I see that I'm not really going to need that large of a pot, so I'm going to use this little smaller one. I'm going to melt down some butter. I'm going to saute those onions and garlic for a few minutes. Then I'm going to put those beans in. We're going to get that wonderful ham stock that we got going over here. And we're going to let this thing simmer. And we're going to add the ham as a final touch. All we want to really do is get it hot because it's already cooked. You know, it's leftovers from Christmas. So that's what we're doing. All right, into the pot we used a half a stick of butter right here, medium low heat. We don't want that butter to burn, so we're just going to slowly melt it down. We're going to add our onions and garlic and lightly saute that, you know, until we start to get a translucent feel with it, the color. And then we're going to add our beans, we're going to add our stock, and then we're going to bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and let it ride. All right, so after sauteing that garlic and them onions, you know, light saute, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, we added those beans to the pot and we added that pot liquor. That's what I like to call it. After we done boiled some meat down in the pot, what we got left is beautiful pot liquor. Use that stock, aka pot liquor, and we added to the beans. We filled it up to about 1 inch below the top of the pot. We're going to slowly cook this down. I would normally add a lid, but considering where we're at in this pot, if I put a lid on it, it's going to boil over. You know, so I'm just going to bring that up to a boil and just let it reduce slowly. I got extra liquid in this pot over here. You know, guys, I got extra liquid. I still got that bone in there. Just it's still hot. It's still absorbing that flavor. You know, so I got extra liquid in that pot, and as needed. If this liquid cooks out, we're just going to slowly add a little bit more to it, you know, and until we get that tenderness out of the beans. And then after we get that tenderness, we're just going to slowly turn it down, let it simmer. And then we're going to cook it until the liquid is boiled out and the beans are going to produce kind of like a gravy. They're going to thicken up, you know, and get it to where we want it. The ham, like I said, we've got that on deck. It's already cooked, so we're just going to dice that up. We're going to add that at the end just to bring it all together and make sure it's all hot. All right, you all. So here we are. This is the final product. We made sure we stirred those beans. Go to the bottom of the pot. Keep stirring them throughout the cooking process. You don't want anything sticking to the bottom of the pot producing a scorch flavor, because that's going to ruin all the work we did. So this is the final result. The beans got the texture. The liquid is dried up to the amount that I like. It is tasty. It's delicious. And I got my spoon right there. I'm going in for a bite. So here we are, guys. Please, I invite you all to make this dish, try it, love it, and we will see you on the next video.